Welcome back to another terrific episode of Pathfinder with Epic and Friends. Honestly, I don't know why I bother. I don't think anybody watches this, but hey, who gives a shit? Introductions are introductions. Last time our lovely players were about, we all had gathered in the new bar that our players had just acquired, Pandemonium, as Skull decided to dub it. Shortly thereafter, their various meetings, chit-chat, and the whatnot, the party, save for Worksund and Fionn, decided to head off to Ul'dah to investigate whatever incidences may be occurring there. Meanwhile, Fionn has elected to stay behind and prepare herself for whatever Amphidor has in store. And Worksund departed on a personal journey to Limsa Lominsa, where he met Brienne and discussed the various topics of being a Wormlord with her. After that conversation, he returned to Gridania seeking information upon the AWOL soldier, and now having received it, he has a decision to make. Where does he go to now?
Let me see. I'm in Gridania. I think I left before the rest of the party decided where they were going, right?
You did leave earlier than we did, I think.
Yeah, I don't think the rest of the party had decided where they were going before I left.
Begs the question, did you all, to your knowledge, tell him that you were going to Ul'dah or not?
We had the link show.
I was gonna say, I think he after his thing, he contacted us, and I think I mentioned we were going to Ul'dah. I can't remember exactly.
No, I don't think you did.
Okay, then I didn't.
So I guess I can get a link Pearl and be like, ring, ring, ring.
Oh my god, no. Yes.
Hey, so I finished up my business. I'll explain later. But what are you guys doing? I know when I left you were still kind of deciding on
A little bit
on what your plans were.
We were gonna head to Ul'dah. Well, all of us but Fionn.
Alright, I guess I'll meet you down there. I don't know what you guys are doing. What was going on in Ul'dah?
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
Alright,
We were mostly gonna go help Boonja, I suppose. That's what
Investigate
caught us,
first.
right? Yes.
alright.
Yeah.
Investigate and determine a threat level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll teleport down there, and then do you want to give me guys a place to meet you at?
Well, we still kind of have an issue because Yedrin and Cam don't have Ul'dah.
Oh, that would be a problem.
For the sake of it, we have said that Yedrin kind of went through Ul'dah beforehand, so she does have a teleport to Ul'dah.
Oh, okay. Yedrin said that there was a problem, but okay.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what you decided on.
Okay. Well, Cam has an issue then. Not exactly sure how we're going to go about doing that outside of...
Cam, why you always be causing problems?
Outside of going to Limsa and taking a boat or going to Gridania and taking an airship.
I could probably swing an airship.
Ark's like, grabs Cam by the neck. I got it.
What?
Wait, what?
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 I know a shortcut.
Oh no.
Please don't tell me this shortcut's what I think it is.
They're gone.
Just very spy in the background.
Well then. Oy. I
Can't
guess
roll a
I'll
will
go for
save.
Please don't tell me Ogg just left.
No, he
He just
grabbed
went-
you and took Cam with him.
No, that was Fiona
Okay.
Yeah,
talking.
that's feeling.
Yeah. Or just left. He's just like, bye.
Boop.
So who was rolling the will save?
Cam.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that?
Roll a will
Roll.
save for Cam. Okay. Cam pops right out of the Aether stream, screaming as they come out in Ul'dah.
Oh, what was that? What just happened?
I kind of devoured all of your Aether, put it in me, teleported, and then popped you back out.
Don't ever do that again!
You were
So-
literally
That was just really horrifying! Holy crap!
He goes, you're probably going to have some very odd cravings for the next week or so. You're already a lesbian, so that's fine.
I'm going to get drunk. Ken stomps off.
I'm probably leaving again as soon as they get here.
Don't care!
So are we all gonna take
So,
Yeah, okay, we're gonna head to Ul'dah. Problem has
Alright.
been alleviated.
I guess I'll
Could
teleport and
please
meet
hold
you
on a
guys
second? Let
there.
me get something from my house.
What was that, Fiona?
Could you hold on a second? I need to get something from my house to give to Ogg.
Okay.
Boop, boop.
Fiona quickly goes through things, returns with a wrapped up scroll. This was for Ogg in case he ran afoul of anyone searching for him, but I take it you read the signature. She
Oh,
hands it over to Dak.
okay.
Hopefully you can make good use of it.
Okay, it was a scroll of what?
It's a scroll of non-detection.
Ah, okay. Just putting it on my list just to make sure. Alright, everything's taken care of. We'll meet you there, Works. Is everyone else ready?
Yep.
Yep.
I teleport.
Yep, teleporty time.
Fiona does.
Teleport
Ring.
time.
So, everybody
Take
but
care.
Fiona teleported?
As far as I know. Don't know about Rowan because, yeah.
I'm assuming she's just following with you guys.
I have no freaking clue what's going on, so I'm just following.
Okay.
Mhm.
Fiona, what were you saying before?
She was just bidding everyone farewell.
Okay. You all end up in Ul'dah. You see Ark is kind of standing there near the Aetherite, alone. Adol teleports with you all, since you said you were bringing him.
Mhm.
So, you've got Ark there, Adol's there. Everyone's there now, except for Cam.
Where's Cam?
He points over to the quicksand.
I'm not gonna ask why, because I'm pretty sure I know what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But here, and she hands over the scroll.
Takes it, opens it,
From-
reads it.
Yep, it's from Fiona.
Grazie.
Okay, so Kato, where are we going?
I think our first stop should be the Flame Barracks.
Okay.
Lead the way.
I mean, we went there before. Kind of points a little ways away from where the Aetheryte is.
I kind of just point around and go, the scenery's changed since the last time we were here.
I know, but it's not it's not any different than the distance.
Actually, the scenery for this area is exactly as you remember it before it was destroyed.
Huh.
Oh.
It's still pretty nice.
It's all been repaired.
Oh. Okay. Starts toddling off to the flame barrack.
Kind of leads the way.
Yeah. Taking a little look around. Seeing if anything is different.
Roll perception. The buildings are nicer than you remember. Better constructed. You also note on the sides there appear to be a number of reinforcements onto the sides of it. You're not sure if that's supposed to be like earthquake protection, which you see they're there, and you're like, did they reinforce those? If so, I mean, if a primal attacks, it's not really going to help.
Well, things look a little hardier than before, at least. Yeah, just keeps walking outside of that little comment, doesn't say much.
Just keep falling.
Alright, Cam, you're ordering whatever will help you forget the last 10 minutes. Which, by the way, the way I'm going to describe it is essentially this huge prevailing sensation that you have been swallowed, and also that something is inside of you. Like every part of you, not just... It was like the sense that you became someone else for a little bit. In addition to that, you were fully cognizant of everything that was happening. So you went through the Aether Stream, which, in this case, like a attuned one, but you were unattuned. So you're flowing through the stream, and you're basically staring deep into the Void Sea, being completely aware of it because you were basically taken along for a ride. So you got to see like things swimming in the Aether Sea. So to forget that, you're going to need something suitably potent. I would say it's probably going to run you about 7 gil for an appropriately strong drink.
She slams it on the counter without a second thought.
Okay.
And immediately grabs whatever my buddy serves her and downs it.
Okay. She basically...
She was disturbed.
She was what?
Disturbed.
Disturbed.
Okay. Momodi pulls out this big, not really big for her, but kind of small for you, bottle that's covered in like these little wooden slats and has iron handles on the edges. At which point she pours it into a iron glass and it hisses as it hits the container.
Dear God.
At which point she like pours half a cup of water into it and pushes it over to you. You look down and it looks almost like water for a second, except you can see it's bubbling.
Yeah, Cam doesn't wait long enough to see what it looks like. She just downs it.
Okay, roll a fortitude save. You're still fairly intoxicated. As it's rolling down your throat, there's a hit of the water, and then it's just It feels like it's melting your soul as it goes down. It's warm, and you've kind of got this backburn of alcohol that's rolling through you and kind of roiling in your stomach all at once. You kind of close your eyes and start rubbing between them, and you're having a hard time remembering how you got there.
Cam shudders, shakes her head rapidly, and puts a hand to her ear. Okay, I'm ready. What were we doing again?
Yeah, you've forgotten like the last 30 minutes.
Cam, we're over at the Flame Barracks if you're ready to come join us.
Alright, I'll be right there. I just need to ask Mimodi where that is.
Oh, right. Come out from the Aetheryte area and you take a right. Insert Cam going, where's the Aetheryte?
I don't remember where the threat was. I kind of, wow, this stuff's strong.
Where are you? You're at the quicksand, right? Still?
Yeah, that's where I am.
I'll come get you. Guys, I'm gonna go get Cam. She doesn't know where the Aetheryte Plaza is. I'm worried about her. I'll be right back. She scampers off.
Could have just told her to come out of the quicksand and take a left and go down and still see us in front of the barracks.
Adol's just like scratching his head and goes, "Brother, what did you do to her?" He just turns around and is like, "I ate her." Yeah, Becca, we're gonna go ahead and say you walk over to the quicksand and you walk in and you see Momodi's like snapping her fingers in front of Cam's eyes.
Camilla!
Oh, what? Oh, hi, Dak.
She like curls finger. Come here.
Cam comes over.
Okay,
Alright,
come on.
so,
We're going to the Aetheryte Plaza first, because I don't know if you attuned or not.
no, I
She
chilled
takes
over at my buddy. What was I doing again?
She takes Cam's hand and drags her if needed.
Momodi just goes, Daqua.
Yes?
She came in, said she had a very bad memory that she needed to get rid of. I gave her a sizable quantity of Lathe water.
She opens her mouth, closes it, looks up at Cam, tilts her head a little bit. Let's go. No need to worry about that then. Just leads Cam to the Aetheryte Plaza. Attune.
Yes, ma'am. She reaches out and attunes.
Okay. So, after you guys have attuned, you're basically just standing around. The two Makote brothers are just kind of like, okay, what are we doing now? Where to?
Kato?
Kato kind of goes up to the desk tender, I guess. I don't want to say receptionist, but whoever's kind of directing people, I guess.
Okay, so you walk up to the Immortal Flame. I'm just gonna go ahead and call him a receptionist. I don't know what the fuck to call him. Just the officer on duty who looks at you and he goes, "Oh, if it's not the Agents of Mayhem, it's been." Kind of looks at a calendar. It's been almost 7 to 8 months since the last time we saw you all. What's the pleasure?
We are looking for Boonja.
Oh, well, he's over in Camp Drybone right now, more or less dealing with the various Imalja incursions we've been having of late, not to mention brigands on the road and the like.
Do you think it would be too much trouble to let him know we're here and looking to assist?
I mean, I could ping him over a company link shell, but that's about it.
That would be great.
Right. The guy kind of steps aside and goes, you hear the ming, ying, ying, the link shell going off before he finally calls out, and he goes, alright, so Boonja, yes, I understand you're very busy, but we have a few people here. Hey, that's rude.
Did he hang up on you?
The guy holds a finger up at you. Yes, the agents of mayhem are here to. They say they're here to assist. Okay. All right. No, I don't love you too. Yes, I know we all do it. Bye. He turns back to you, and he's like, okay. He said he's waiting for you at Camp Drybone. More or less, just need to head over there. He'll be waiting at the tavern if he's off duty. If he's on duty, he will probably be patrolling the immediate outskirts.
Okay. Well then, I guess we should get going then.
I've been going with my Chocobo. I think I'm good to ride a Chocobo.
There's
Silence.
the guy behind the counter who's this curly head here with bright blue eyes just kind of looks at you and goes, ma'am, are you okay?
No, she is not.
In any sense of the word.
Excuse you.
If we're going off that, neither are you.
She had a drink or two over at the Adventurers Guild. Don't worry about it.
This honestly sounds more like a drinker 15.
It was one drink.
It was strong.
One really strong drink. I can't remember how I got an old
It's best you don't.
Okay.
The doll's just like, Dak, you said you trusted these people.
Puts a hand on her face, just kind of rubs it down her face. I know I did. Granted, my trust is not that well on that one. Points at Cam.
I'm trying.
You are. And that's the important part.
Aw, thank you.
Ark just very casually just kind of like, I'm going to go ahead and start heading over.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
Yep.
Shall we rent some chocobos then?
Either individual chocobos or a cart. You know what happened to the last one.
Cart might be best.
I don't think I'm going to pay for it this time.
Well,
What? I'm allowed not to.
I know.
Hey, Hunt, why don't you pay for it?
I vote no.
Hey, you're part of this group now, too.
Alright, fine, let's just hunt. I will.
Wait, Kato, are you giving a lecture on carrying your own weight?
Oh, let's not start this.
Tell you what, you guys handle the chocobos? I need to stop by the markets for a second.
Little did they know this would be the last time they ever saw her.
Okay, let's just go get chocobos. The cart, I don't care.
I'll cover it this time.
Okay, whatever you want then. I'll drive the cart if needed.
Okay. You guys head over to the gate that's to the exit that you need to go through to start heading to Camp Drybone. And as you approach the Chocobo area, which Ark is already like beelining it towards, you arrive and you see a pair of Lalafell, both of them in cowboy hats with giant Groucho mustaches and no beards. Just kind of looking over everybody that's approaching, like giant cowboy boots on, just like every bit. They just look like ranchers. And one of them waves at Works as they see that Works is heading over, and he goes, "Howdy, y'all! You come for a chocobo?"
We did.
All southern.
The obvious, why else would we be here?
Well, some people just enjoy our company. We do make good coffee.
Nah, we're
Doesn't
here
Professor
to,
get a cup? I kinda might need one after whatever it is I did.
Yeah, get you one. He like walks away. He looks hurt. At that point, the other one just looks over and he's like, "I don't mind him. He's just he's a little sensitive. Y'all need a chocobo or several or cart? What you looking for?"
We'll take a cart.
Okay. You want a team of chocobos with that, or you just want one?
Oh, no, go ahead. Never mind.
Cart, you usually do this. What do you think would be better?
Usually we take 2 for the cart because of how many people we have.
Alright, your chocobos.
2 chocobos and a cart, and a cup of coffee. Alright, that'll run you all about 20 gil, if you don't mind.
Hands over.
Thank you very much. We'll come back with your birds and a cart in a moment. You hang tight there, little missy. We'll have a cup of coffee right out to you.
Aw, thanks.
The other Lalafell comes back in. He's just like looking down, like waddling. He's like holds up a cup of coffee without looking at you.
Cam takes it, nods her head appreciatively, and downs it.
It's hazelnut. It's almost like a latte.
Oh wow, that's really good coffee.
He's
Roll fortitude to see if you burn yourself.
he's already walked away.
Hey, wait! No. It's good coffee though.
That might be. The other Lalafell has come back out. He's got like 2 Rogadin-sized chocobos. The giant birds are both black in coloration, and they're hooked up to this big oak wood cart that can very comfortably seat all of you, even if you were all just sitting in the back.
Okay. Dak will climb up into the driver's seat.
But how will you reach the pedals?
I need to go get my brother. He can work the pedals.
Alright, so I'm guessing everybody's hopping in.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, probably walks back by this point, having finished real quick in waves. So you got the chocobos figured out.
Yeah. Did you get your finances figured out?
Yeah, got what I needed.
Well, that's good.
Ark, meanwhile, is just kind of like lounging in the back. He's already closed his eyes. Just like, when we get there.
Okay. There's room up here if anyone wants to sit with me.
See,
Sure.
Okay.
you criticize me for sleeping all the time. I'm not a cat, though.
He just very casually opens his eyes and looks back at you. And there's like this round of silence before he goes. So I can add racist to the list now too. Wonderful.
There's a difference between sleeping whenever and... No, we're not going to get into that. We're just going to get grumpy about it all.
Just
Sleeping's
sighs,
fine, you're in the back of a cart.
Just sighs all getting into the cart.
Just rubs her face.
Adole, meanwhile, is like, hey, we're all friends. Let's just enjoy the ride. It's not every day we get to take a chocobo ride, is it?
No, not often.
Yeah, it feels like it sometimes.
Oh, just enjoy the Thanalan scenery.
It's like, yeah, it's we're all good. We're all happy here, aren't we?
Even
I mean,
if
I
we
feel like I
aren't.
shouldn't be, but I am.
Even if we weren't, it'll be fine.
Meanwhile, Adole like climbs up over to the driver's seat and puts Dak on his lap
Ah! Oh, okay.
and just leans over and hugs her.
Mork helps run up to the car, then gets to himself. Like, it's gonna be an interesting ride.
Merwin just settles down quietly.
Yeah. As the cart goes along, you can see that Ark is not sleeping at this point. He's just kind of... He's leaned back and he's got his head pointed at the sky and he's just staring at the sky.
Oh, I wanted to give you guys a little update on my adventure.
How'd it go?
Okay.
Well, we'll do the Gridanian side of this first. We
Okay.
did manage to get a little bit of a lead on the guy. The problem is the lead goes from like Mordona to like up north towards a place they called Zelf.
Huh.
So yeah, they don't really have a solid lead for us.
Just for the hell of it, geography on how big of an area that is.
Freaking huge. Freaking
Gedrin,
huge.
you know it's basically from almost the Limsa all the way to the other end of the continent.
So, what you're saying is they basically told you anywhere in the Eurasia.
Well, anywhere in Eorzea between Ishgard and Gridania.
Well, they did say that someone named Harshafont was the last person to report in on his whereabouts. So I think we might have to go take a ride up to where he is. I think that's Camphead, they said?
Camp
Where-
Dragonhead.
Yeah, somewhere in Carthus. I know about it.
What did you say the guy's name was?
Harshafont? I'm probably mispronouncing it a little bit.
Deck,
Oh.
you
okay.
mentioned Corthus, and Deck kind of jerks the Chocobo's reins a little bit on reflex of pulling her arms in.
Merwin just sits down a little quieter and she doesn't say anything.
Does the name ring a bell to you, Rowan?
Hmm?
Does
Isn't
that
that the
name
name
ring
on
a
the
bell?
Minor one.
Yeah, just the look of realization on Works' face. It's just like, and then just it's like, just looks at her like I'm not like I'm not gonna say anything.
You just see Ark has like got his foot, he's positioned like he's about getting ready to like heel stomp your toes, just staring at you.
Leans
Like, just-
over
just-
to Art. Go
no,
for the
just look-
knee.
No, just looks at realization and just it's just like, just kind of like nods. It's like not gonna say anything. Nod. So might have to go take a trip to go see him. Oh, and who wants to come with me on a trip to For Real?
Where's for real?
For real?
North.
Kim
Yeah,
sits
For
up.
Real.
It's north of the spine.
North.
Do I?
Villain with the new portrait has to comment. It seems you got at least one volunteer orcs.
Oh, better than nothing.
Works. That might not be such a great idea. You might, you might need to wait a few months for your balls to redescend.
I was warned on how cold it was up there. In fact, they said, Rowan, you might feel cold up there.
Dak's already shaking.
Adol feeling it back, just like shaking, just like holds her tighter.
Note to self:
but-
stock up on Endure Elements potions.
She sleeps
Um,
back in the date.
But basically, there is a group up there comprised entirely of worm lords that could pretty much answer every question I have and can help me understand this a lot more than I.
So they can answer why you're possessed by fucking Bahamut.
We have not confirmed or denied that.
I mean, there are some
Yes, we have!
There's
We have
some
very
aliens
much
that can
confirmed that.
It could always
answer
be
some
worse.
questions I have at least.
Okay, it could have been worse. It could have been Nidhogg.
Ark just looks at Cam and he's like, I've known these people slightly longer than you. I've learned to not ask questions anymore.
They can
Yeah.
get dodged.
Okay,
Or they're just answers you really don't want to hear.
I mean, I obviously drank to read something, so I'm not looking for answers from you guys, but
But yes, this is a selfish request on me because it can help me understand what's going on. And it's something it's a journey I really want to.
Well,
I'll be sure to have Fiona make a whole bunch of Endure Element scrolls from me. How's that? Have fun.
I mean, it's not going to be for a while because I have to make sure I can get enough money secured where I can make the trip. I'm well geared for it, and especially well geared for anything else, for anything that I might not, be planning. Any kind of vicious wild beasties up there know about.
At that point, Ark just very calmly like pulls out a cigar and looks around and goes, "Does anybody mind if I smoke?"
Just
Rowan
close.
glares at him.
He's like, "What?"
I do.
Okay. He puts it back away.
so I guess Winter Coat's on my shopping list.
Like I say, it's probably not going to be for a little while still. Depending on how the next few missions go. how much I could fund.
That's always the question.
Plus, it's going to be a long trip up there. And I don't know any kind of routes that go up there. I don't know if airships can travel up there. It's something I'm going to have to look into before I really head out. With whoever else decides to come with me.
Cam frowns in deep thought. I'll ask around later on, if that's okay.
That works.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I just don't want to go into this blind and, things come up that I'm not prepared.
That's gonna happen no matter what.
No, but if I can prepare for a lot of things if I can prepare for as much as possible, then it'll help. It'll help.
Well, if you can find a native to get info from, that'll probably help figure out what you're gonna have to look forward to.
I have to look forward to cold.
All right.
How'd your trip? Oh yeah, how did your trip to the? Oh wait, did you? Sorry, was that part of the explanation of how your trip to Lince went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Zoned.
It's around this point. You guys have probably been riding for half an hour. The chocobo is just kind of rattling you along, putting you further and further away from Ul'dah. As the jewel of the desert gets out of sight and you passing along the savannah, just heading down the paths, you end up rattling in the opposite way that you initially started your quest. You can see the various marmots and bees and the like that you initially slaughtered. More or less having regrouped, and you can see other small groups of starting adventurers going out to clear them. It's a moment of nostalgia for how far you've all come. The chocobos just keep rattling away, the wheels squeaking for a few moments before finally you pass over the border and head into a different part of Thanalan. And as you're riding through these passes, you see these towering mountainscapes just kind of on either side of you, making almost a basin that you're rolling into. And if everybody would roll perception.
I'm going to do mine in this.
Oof, Dak.
Date's distracting her. Yeah.
It's a fair distraction.
It's a fair distraction. Cute redheaded Makote.
Yep.
Just let me know what your roll works.
I rolled a 13.
13.
As is per the usual for my rolls.
Okay, so everybody but Dak. As they're looking.
Roll.
Do what roll?
I didn't see my roll. I apologize.
Oh, you might not have a 3D dice enabled.
Oh, I just didn't see it pop up. That was what I meant.
Oh, okay. Anyway, as you're all looking forward and kind of rolling out, the landscape of the path keeps slipping off, and then you all look immediately to your right, and you see this huge crystalline structure just lancing up towards the sky, and you see mounds and mounds of glowing orange crystal just forming these ornate, fingery-like tendrils that are interwoven around each other and almost making a basket far, far off in the distance.
Ooh. Ah.
Huh? Huh? What?
Cam points out towards the talons of Bahamut.
Uh,
Look over there.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm sorry, repeat that. What did it be?
You see these huge orange glowing crystals far out in the distance, each of them kind of sprouting like tendrils out of the ground and forming this sort of basket around a huge area. And even from several miles away, you can see them almost clear as day. And in some cases, you can see like the giant glowing white vein running through the expansive crystal.
Isn't that the burning wall?
Ark speaks up and he's like, that it would be.
Oh yeah, is that what it's called?
I mean, it's the same cause, I believe, but just, a different name.
Yeah, there's stuff like that all over. It's really neat, but kind of a reminder of what happened back then.
Yeah.
Rowan, Kato, Works, roll of perception.
I rolled an 8.
Okay, so Rowan and Works, as Cam's like talking about this and saying about reminder of what happened, you just see Ark bring one hand up to his face and he covers half of it. And Rowan, from where you're seated, you can actually see like a number of veins like just pop out along the side of his head. And you actually audibly hear him cringe. Kato, you just basically see that he's covered half of his face.
Owen just shakes her.
Dak presses back into a doll and just kind of shakes her head.
He's stroking your hair at this point. You all do what?
Remember. It's a terrible thing to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have the thing floating around inside my head.
At that point, Ark just looks at Works. He's like, maybe you should stop announcing that.
What
How about
happened
the best?
to we have no proof of you being possessed by Bahamut? If you keep saying.
Please, I'm sure you guys are that by now if I say they're not.
Yes, but it's good practice not to talk about it. As much as I think you're a moron, I don't want you dead.
He's
It's only,
harsh.
it's only a matter of time before, the secret's out anyway.
Yes, but
I can only do so much to keep it that way.
Fine, let's all announce our secrets to the world. I'll stand up in the cart and yell, "Hey, everybody, I'm fucking Quetzalcoatl!"
Kim looked around to make sure they didn't announce that near anyone.
He didn't. He's still seated there.
Oh, just shut up.
Works, yes. I'm sure there's going to be something that'll reveal it to everyone, everywhere, but don't even mention the name. That would make it easier.
Nobody tends to talk about him because of the utter trauma that occurred because of him.
Yes, I would appreciate it very much if I never had to hear that name again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know must be tough for you. It's just I don't even know. Just goes back to watching the road ahead of him.
Just live with.
You all spend the next 20 odd minutes in silence before you end up at the edge of Camp Drybone. And you all kind of note pretty quickly that it fits its name rather well. The land surrounding everything is very arid, and it's almost utterly devoid of moisture. You see cracked sand and redstone exposed against the shade, and what shade is provided is mostly from rocky outcroppings that the town was built into. It almost looks like they built a hole into the ground and put a town there. The settlement itself is very small. It looks like it's housing maybe less than 80 people, and at least 30 of those that you can see are active military. Otherwise, you can see a tavern, a little trading outpost, and a Curigen. Way above and maybe about 2 moms away, you can see a chapel and a lich yard. But otherwise, you're basically looking at this cracked and broken parchment of land, and then stretching out in the distance, you can just see Savannah.
Well, we're here, I think.
Jeez, what a pudunk little hamlet.
Art just chimes in and goes, I don't know. I think it has a little bit of charm. Little place in the middle of nowhere. No one's going to come visit.
Yeah, it's quiet as the dead because, you know, Ken nods her head towards the lich yard.
Ark just very casually gets out and he mumbles as he walks away.
Well, if you guys get out, I'll go take care of the chocobos and stable them with the keeper here for now.
Alright.
Alrighty, I'll go listen for rumors. Cam hops out.
Vision hops out. Well,
I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat. I get out and I head down to the little cafe everybody eats at. But I start soon first.
I'm gonna find a nice spot to relax, because until we get info on exactly where most of this is going down, not much I can do.
Rowan, did you say you attune first, Rowan?
Yep.
Okay.
Doing on my way for food.
You attune and you walk over into the little tavern that is actually dubbed the Bleached White. You step inside, you can actually see that this is probably the oldest structure in the area, and the stone has been left to sit out in the sun for so long that it has actually bleached everything white. You walk in, you can see that there's maybe 3 guards and 2 traders in there, along with the singular tavern keeper who looks at you and says, Welcome. Can I help you?
Yeah. I'd like to see a menu. I'm a bit hungry. I could use a drink.
Well, we don't really have a menu for food. It's basically you eat whatever we serve. We change things up on a daily basis. Today we have rack of Aldgoat with a tomato sauce, roasted potatoes, and we're sparse for greens, so we have cabbage.
Okay. Serve it up then, if you don't mind.
Can get that. We have wine, ale, water, and mango juice.
I'll have a glass of wine.
He nods and walks back. Comes back about 10 minutes later with your dish and a glass of water.
In the meantime, Kata was kind of headed over to the tavern. Or would that be the same place?
Same spot.
Wait a minute, water?
Huh?
He brought me water?
I thought you said you wanted water.
No, I wanted wine.
I'm sorry, I misheard.
Pretty sure you said water.
He comes back with a glass of wine for you.
I have a spell for that.
Cheap ass
Potato
Jesus.
Jesus!
I have that spell too.
Yeah, but you can't walk on water.
I mean, I could. There is a spell for it.
Is that you, Works?
No.
Okay.
The zipping?
Yeah.
Not
That was
me.
me. I was opening something. I apologize. Didn't realize it was that loud.
No, it's cool. I was like, where's that coming from? Because I'm worried it's my cat.
Wouldn't surprise me.
My cat has torn open my my laptop case more than once,
Oh dear.
and is like played with the zipper, and it's very audible. So I'm like, are you in the laptop case again? Anyway, yeah, Kato, you walk into the tavern. Yedrin, you kind of have found like a warm rock up on the top layer that lets you overlook everything after you've attuned.
Kato attuned as well while he was heading over.
Yeah. Adol is just following Dak around wherever she goes. Basically looks like a lost little puppy.
With cat ears.
Yeah. And Arcus just has attuned, and he's just like, he's standing there like he has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
And Dax stows the chocobos with the chocobo keep, tunes, and kind of has the same look.
I'm
There's
eating
lots of people
food when they
watching.
stopped at the quicksand before we left.
Yedrin, you're like, oh, P, that's a beautiful cloud. Looks just like an old goat.
Cam probably attunes at some point while she's listening around for real.
Beautiful cloud looks like a bag of money.
You listening for rumors?
Yep.
Okay. While Camilla's listening around, there's this. You kind of listen to two guys talking. By the looks of it, they had a cart, and they were probably carrying. Your only guess is a body. And as they're talking, he's like, I don't know what it is about that guy up at the Lich Yard. The one the father brought in not too long ago. Yeah, I don't really understand what his issue is either. He's nice enough, but just seems off. He don't know nothing about nothing. Yeah, he's good with his hands, though. Yeah. Dug a good grave. Seemed to feel natural with tools in his hand. That's about all she hears.
Cam taps her chin. Interesting. Can't imagine it's anything to do with the mountain, though.
I guess I'll roll a perception to see if I hear anything going on in the pub.
Bub? Alright.
I hear everyone's inner thoughts.
Rowan,
Did you roll
while you're
20?
like... No, she rolled a 31.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's 20.
18.
18. Rowan, while you're like sitting there and thinking about everything and what's going on, your rather obvious annoyance with the men of your group, you kind of listen in and you hear the two guards are talking with a trader, and the trader's like, "Look, I don't care how it's done. I just want to make sure that my goods get across the border without the Amalja taking them again." Like, sir, we've been over this. There's only so much we can do. Yes, we have a number of people here, but there's entire Amalja clans out there. And if they happen to know which routes you're taking, well, you're out of luck. Be glad you didn't get tempered. So we're doing the best we can. We're trying to alternate the routes and get as many people on there as possible. We've requested reinforcements. But you have to remember, Old Dodge just had a massive attack, so it's just a lot of bureaucratic red tape. We're trying to get adventurers, alright? Just cut us some slack.
I take it that's Boonja.
No, it is not. It's just two random guards.
Okay.
Rowan's ears kind of perk up, and she walks over. She goes, "What's So, what kind of goods are you trying to get over the border, and where exactly are you going?"
Well, he looks at you and he goes, "Who are you?"
Rowan Darksbane.
Alright, well, mostly it's just basic weaponry. For the most part, you're looking at spears, some chest pieces, various trades goods, spices. I've got packages of meat, Ald goat and the like, that I'm trying to have properly preserved and ride up to Gridania and the like. Considering they don't get a whole lot of it, they tend to pay very well for it. Oh, what else was there?
Okay,
Jewels
I get.
and the like.
Okay, so I look at the guards. I'm like, so the Amalja attacks have been massively on the rise lately.
That they have? Yes, ma'am.
How close are they getting to the camp?
Closest we've had to the camp is probably over at Hopkins Shield. That's about 6 miles away.
Just rolling to see if I hear any of this.
You're hearing
We're
most of it. They're not being quiet.
But we're inside a building. Did he go in the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in there. He's like standing he's standing awkwardly in a corner.
So, I'm actually looking for someone, and he's a member of your group. His name is Boonja. Do you know where he is right now?
Yeah, actually, the guy, he's like, "Can you follow me? I'll point you exactly where he is."
Rowan looks back at her food. He's like, "Yep, sure, no worries, let's go." Blech. I wish I stopped at Momodi's.
And he leads you out, and as you come out, you see there's like a gateway that's closed off right now. And out of the distance, you see this like tower outpost, straight like basically as deep in the ground as Camp Drybone is. This one's up in the air. And he goes, "He's over in that tower. Usually when he's on shift and the like, he goes up there and monitors everything and provides orders to people on the ground."
Okay.
Kado goes over to the trader. There wouldn't happen to be any crystals in your shipments. Any crystals at all?
No, maybe a piece of jewelry or two might have, but I don't know what they're made of. Well, I didn't know what a few of them were made of. Most of them just look like pretty rocks to me.
Alright. Well,
Rowan pops over the link shell. Alright, so Bunja's up in the tower right outside, so pretty high up, so who wants to go say hi?
I guess I should.
I'll go with Kato.
So Kato makes his way out and towards that tower. Well, how far away is the tower?
It's about a mile. Or a mile, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
It's about a mile away. So you walk over, and as you get there, you see it's basically this. It's a very large wooden tower supported. You see it's got basically like 3 points to it, sort of like a very crappy wall. The tops are kind of covered with tarp, and you're guessing while you're looking at it, they've probably treated it against some sort of fire, but you're not sure. You begin to walk in, and it's probably about 70 or so feet up to the top of it. And when you arrive, you just see it's just a flat, open expanse with a couple tables and telescopes. Likewise, you see Bunja like sitting there, kind of like looking through a telescope and sipping something hot by the looks of it.
You look to be doing well.
It just kind of turns and looks at you and he goes, "Oh, Kato." He sits up, stands upright, and starts to dust himself off a little bit. You can see whenever the wind kicks up, it kind of just sprays dust into the tower. He goes, "Oh, yeah. I was expecting you all, but I wasn't expecting you all this quick. Welcome to Camp Drybone. It does my heart good to know that you all are coming to help us, and I'll be honest, we need all the help we can get."
Yeah. Mostly just worried about the possibility of a summoning.
He just kind of nods a little and he goes, yes, that's a distinct possibility. We're mostly trying to make sure that no one else ends up tempered, that trade goods get where they're going. You know, the last thing we need is for Gridania or Ishgard or Limsa to say that Ul'dah is reining in on our output. We're not really in a position to where we can turn away commerce.
Yeah. Not. Although, it seems like a summoning would put even more of a damper on that.
I mean, I suppose there's plenty of good folks who could be around to make sure the Lord of the Inferno was dealt with if they brought Bastard back. I'm sure it would be pretty dangerous, though. And the last thing we want is to lose people for no good reason.
Mm-hmm. Any of the shipments that have been attacked been notable in that regard?
Here and there we've had a couple that had crystals in them. but it seems that they're just attacking any trade vessel they can get their hands on.
Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty typical of them, it would seem.
I mean, every now and then they get one with crystals in it, but they don't seem to be targeting those specifically with crystals. They just seem to be targeting the paths.
It seems to me like that could easily be a temper in your midst.
I don't know about that. Most of the temper that we've met in any regards out on the roads or dealt combat with, they don't seem to have a whole lot of faculties about them. They just seem to talk about the Lord of the Inferno and then attack wildly. They don't seem to have the cognitive capability to do anything else.
Anything else of note?
Not particularly. We really need help right now. We need to be taking care of these Amalja. We need people to be monitoring everything that's going on. And if there is a traitor in our midst, or if the Amalja have just gotten smart to our various pathways, we need it figured out.
We'll do our best, but I can't make any promises. We've got quite a few things going on lately.
I understand. He just looks disappointed.
We've got about a week here before something big comes up, so we'll look into it while we can.
Very well. Well, I wish you all the best of luck. And he says, I can mark the 3 biggest points on the map that we would like you all to look at. If there's anything internal going on, we can deal with it. As for the... if you beat back the Amalja, we'll take care of whatever's going on that's keeping the routes unsafe. We're hoping that in the next month we'll have increased military output in this area anyway.
So just hold the herd a bit.
Yes. Make it safe for the current traders, and...
That we can do.
Good. And do you have a map on you?
Not of this area, no.
Alright. He kind of looks behind him, and he goes through this little crate, and he pulls out a map, and he says, alright, here, this up to the north east, and kind of circles a point that looks like a plateau. This is Hopkins Shield. We need this point checked, and then he goes down, and you see this mountain pass area. This is the Sidewinder. We need that looked at. And the most dangerous area, and he circles a mountain area that's on the other side of the Sidewinder. The Sidewinder, by the way, is to the southeast of Camp Drybone. This is Zaldaruk. It is as close to Amalja territory as you can get to Amalja territory without being Amalja territory. We have incursions there frequently. We often tell people not to go to the other side of the mountain for the specific reason that Amalja tend to gather down there for various reasons. We usually tell people to go up to the height of the path and then keep following it alongside the way to hop the river over towards Oppernace.
No, they just don't listen.
It's not that they don't listen, it's that the area is very prone to ambush. We usually tell people to try to avoid it as much as possible, but some people are trying to get straight to Opernaeus.
So, not quite a cutter's cry situation.
He cocks his head. What?
I seem to recall tales of a cave system over, I think it was just north of Uda. Woodcutters would be seeking shelter from the heat and went in the cave and never came back out.
I mean, on that end, we usually tell people to avoid the burning wall, but sightseers. He shakes his head. Usually anybody that goes in the burning wall does not come back out.
With the corrupted crystals there, it's not a surprise.
More with the wildlife there.
Probably affected by the corrupted crystals. Tends to make them highly aggressive.
If you say so, I'm not studied in that. Anyway, Kato, it is lovely to see you again, and you're looking well. You kind of pat your arms. He goes, "You've traded your weapon."
Yeah. Things with the whole distance fighting weren't working out too well. Not enough close quarters fighters in our group.
He just kind of nods. Well, I hope it works out for you. If you could relay the information that I've given you to your companions, I look forward to your status report when you're done.
Will do. I should probably get going, and I will.
By the way, Rowan. Go ahead. Are you actually refusing to eat what was put out in front of you, aside from the wine?
Oh, I ate some of it.
Okay.
I think she was just pulled away from it before she really could.
Well, she stuck her tongue out at it, so.
No, I didn't.
Well, you said I should have stopped at Momodi's.
Well, there was no bacon.
Okay.
There was no choices. There's no
The one required.
Mm-hmm. What is everybody else doing while Kato's doing this? I'm just going to say that probably took 30 minutes or so.
I went back and gnawed at the meat.
I went with Kato.
Yeah. While you're sitting there eating, Rowan, Art comes in and he slaps down this parchment paper wrap thing in front of you, and then he just sits down beside you.
Rowan looks at the paper and looks at Ark and is like, "Is there anything that's going to come out of there and fight me?"
No, but you're gonna like it. And he puts one down in front of himself.
I open up the paper.
It is a maple glazed bear claw with bacon bits on the top of it.
Heck yeah.
Ah, man, it speaks to my heart, and I just devour it.
He goes, there was a trader outside who had a whole bunch of them on a cart. Apparently, he thought that this would be a good location to sell them to people passing through.
Remind me to pick up one or two. Just like to keep my bag stocked. You never know what's going to happen.
Fair enough. He's probably got plenty. Not a whole lot of business.
Well, maybe I'll make it. I'll just put it in my.
At that point, he tosses something else at you, Works.
Works is with Kato.
Did he go with Kato?
Yes.
Oh, he didn't say anything the entire time. I thought he wasn't there.
No, I said like twice. I'm like, yeah, I went with Kato.
Okay. My bad.
In the conversation.
You just didn't say anything while I was talking with Bunja.
Yeah, he just stood in the background.
He has become the NPC.
Beep boop.
Oh, I wanted to find one more thing. I'm a trader who's having issues asking to come over.
Okay, he walks over to you.
Out of curiosity, when is your next one going out and through what direction?
He scratches his neck and he goes, I don't think we're heading out for at least another 4 days. And we're taking building supplies to Mordona.
Heading out toward Mordona. And just past Mordona. Alright, we did kind of come here to help check into the Amalja situation. I guess we'll, do that and then we'll touch base with you later.
He says, okay, well, thank you. And he just kind of, like, starts walking away again. Or
Rowan looks over.
Go ahead.
So, we should probably find who's carrying crystals. Why would they be carrying crystals in the first place?
See Art just kind of like a half mouthful of the bear claw. He's got like stains of it across his stubble, and he like wipes a little bit off. He goes, well, it depends on the type of crystal. If they're carrying ice crystals, then obviously for preservation of whatever meats and goods. If they're carrying lightning aspected crystals, we use it to power a number of things in the area, Magitech, the like.
I interrupt him. So you do realize you are going against him. I would be no good.
Art just kind of scratches his chin a little bit. He goes, if you're worried about that, just stick close to me. We can combine our spells and make something that isn't fire.
Maybe I should start looking back into weapons. I do have a bow, but I hardly ever use it.
And hey, weren't you the one that said your fire burned hot enough to burn anything?
We're talking a primal here. I'm gonna go for it, but still. I'm just hoping we're not going to be dealing with a primal.
You and me both. I've met primals. They're assholes. He points to himself.
I just side-eye him. Yeah, I did that already. So how long do you think it's going to be before we actually have to Carth?
Before
I'm anxious and yet not so anxious to find out and meet. Because of
You're breaking
the
up.
missing soldier and Karthus. When do you think we might be heading that direction?
Ark shrugs a little bit. That depends on your companions. From the sound of it, everyone's a little bit more concerned about Fionn at this point. And we're only here because we can make some money while we wait.
Hershaphan is my cousin.
Art nods a little. Well, can you not look forward to seeing him?
I doubt he'd remember a little 5-year-old that was taken away a long time ago. He was he's basically he's a bastard child, so he was always off and sent into training.
Art just shrugs.
Just worries me that anything that has to do with if I get involved with them before knowing anything, that my family might be able to be heretics, and I would not want to be the person to fall to bring down the House of Bortums.
Well, Rowan, if it's the way that you're saying it is, and they don't remember you, just don't say you're related to them.
Yeah, I think I won't even use.
So, he just kind of says, I think we all kind of just get over-absorbed into our own issues and we stop thinking for a moment. I know I do. I know it tends to result in outbursts like the ones we had over in the car.
Doesn't help that I'm still moody.
At that point, he just kind of he looks around and he just kind of opens his arms a little bit.
Actually, to be honest, I didn't wish that I went to Momodi's. I really would have liked to have stopped at the guild. Maybe pick the brains.
And he puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, hey, we've both got shit going on inside of us. And he's whispering this at this point. We've both got shit going on inside of us that we have no fucking clue how to deal with. And no matter who we talk to, the only real answers we're going to get are going to come from whatever is boiling up inside of us. Because, I mean, look at Works, who's got apparently the most common issue out of all of us, and he's still jumping through mystery hoops. You got, you've got Yedrin, who, according to you guys, and you in particular, I don't want to touch that with a 20-foot pole, or 30-foot pole at that.
Try
49.5-foot pole.
That was kind of scary.
And he goes, you've got Dak, who has the ghost of the past literally coming up out of her to, hold her, or whatever. You've got Fione's thing, and whatever the hell's going on with Kato. He just kind of goes, the only two people here right now that don't have some stupid fucking thing inside of them that's going to probably ruin their lives is Adol and Cam. And in Cam's case, it's her mouth that's just going to get her in trouble.
That or whatever's between what she does between her.
He just kind of snickers.
My only is just actually lead to a chance of corrupting or harming them down. Being how just everything that we seem to bring about really are mayhem. And we're worse with each other.
Yeah, and I understand that. If I can confide something in you, the one thing that scares the utter shit out of me more than anything else, I'm terrified of tempering my own family.
Do you think it's if someone is exposed during the height of
You can say it. He's like, there's nothing I haven't heard.
I'm wondering if it's possible I do something permanently to yourself. Other than just harming him. If I changed him emotionally. Because, I mean, come on. You would not be as gung-ho and as hopeful that everything else is that the woman who nearly killed you in the middle of the first time you both had sex, is happy and, is talking so lovingly. You'd be bitch. What the fuck? Why are you still alive? I mean, come on. That's what normal people would do.
Rowan, at this point, you feel that Ark has kind of ran a hand up your arm and he's brought it just up underneath your chin. He's leaned in real close. And for a second, it looks like he's going to kiss you, and then he kind of slips over and whispers into your ear, "For a woman like you, Rowan, I'm pretty sure most men wouldn't mind a little pain.
Rowan chuckled. You know that was slightly lame, right?
Yes, I do, but it's worth it to see you smile.
Okay, maybe we should get out and find out if Kato found anything and maybe go burn some bird.
Agreed. He stands up and he goes, I don't think that you've done anything in particular to him. If you're absolutely still worried about it, there's something I can do to figure out if you have the capability to temper or not. It's invasive, and it will require us to get far more intimate than I think either one of us is comfortable with. But it's the only way I really know how to do it without, tempering somebody.
Well, if I still have I think we'll hold it off for now.
He just kind of nods and he goes, oh, let's go deal with whatever's going on here and go home.
At this point, Kato comes on the blank shell. So, really, all Bunja is looking for at this point is culling the herd. Which, pretty sure we can do that pretty easily.
Do we have locations?
We do. I will be back to the camp in a little bit to meet up with everyone. Shall we meet at the tavern?
Tavern? Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be a bit. I kind of wandered outside to look up on a hill for the... Never mind.
So,
I'll meet you there. I'll wait here and keep an eye out for Todd while she's coming back.
Rowan just sits back down and puts her feet up on a chair. Okay, guess we're not going. And signals for another glass of wine.
Hark sits back down. Dak, roll a perception.
Dak, by the by, went out and was climbing up on the hills, just kind of like looking around at the areas.
You note that a Dole had kind of walked away after a while.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you a little bit, but you see him kind of purposely agitating several animals out in the wilderness.
She's gonna keep a close eye on him.
You see him take a few nasty hits, and then he gets up and he just starts killing things.
She's gonna actually go and assist him.
Oh! Patriots won.
Oh, is that why I heard fireworks? Okay.
Yep,
Did they
13 to 3.
Really, though?
Just to say it out loud. How Wolves will to try and get off walk, fails, stays on walk until sees Todd coming back.
Well, she's off helping a Dole for a little bit, so... Enjoy your rock.
He's pretty much done by the time you arrive, Dak.
She's gonna check out his wounds. Make sure he's okay.
Okay. How in depth are you going to try to check his wounds?
I'm gonna look as closely as I can, really.
Like, are you going to try to disrobe him or not? As well as that.
No!
Do it! Do it!
Down.
Do it.
Not in public. No, I mean, like, it's like, if there's holes, she'll, like, probably, like, look and poke at the holes, like, lift the cloth a little bit, but no.
For the most part, he was basically fighting rams and things of that nature. So there's no holes. He's a little dirty, but for the most part, he looks fine.
Okay, she'll like at the least prestidigitate him clean and fix his outfit that way if anything's ripped.
All right. Yeah, he's fine. He didn't have to do that.
Well, I mean, I didn't have to, but I wanted to.
He just kind of smiles very meekly. I was just hoping that I could get something good.
Are you looking for skins or horns?
He could level up.
He kind of pulls his glove off. He kind of holds his hand out for a second. And he thanks and he focuses. And the next thing you see is it basically like turns into a animal claw.
Is this kind of like the spikes from way back when?
Hand turns back to normal and you see it just starts sprouting spikes.
Yeah, that I remember.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't
no.
mean to frighten or disgust you.
Oh, I'm not disgusted. No, it's just a surprise. I mean, I knew about the spikes, but I didn't know you could do anything else like that. It's actually rather interesting.
Yeah, I can, if a monster hits me with something or tries to hit me with something, I can learn and replicate their abilities.
Really?
God damn it.
He's a blue.
He kind of
That's amazing.
opens his throat for a moment. You hear this, and the next thing you just see he just like spits this fountain of water.
I was thinking you were going to say he spits up a fish.
I was expecting fish too.
I was expecting bad breath.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's mostly magic. I don't
Okay.
feel much of it.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Be more worried if it did hurt you doing it that way. Okay.
I mean, he just kind of sighs and he starts unbuttoning his coat. He pulls it aside and then lifts up the undershirt. And you can see he's cut. But basically built from being mauled and beaten constantly. You just see nothing but scars all across his chest. Just this huge interwoven network. Like, there's one point where it looks about the size of your head, where it looks like something put a hole in him.
Deck just like covers her mouth and is just staring.
He's very, very lean, but very muscular, and a lot of it's like discolored and slightly pink.
Okay. She resists touching him. She kind of like puts her hand out as if she's gonna like touch on the scars, and then she kind of pulls her hand back.
Wouldn't she have seen all this shit at this point with all the...
Well, I mean, you saw the scarring and like his muscularity when you guys were at the spa.
When we saw him naked in the water?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. No one
Yeah.
mentioned it.
But he was doing everything he could to like conceal himself at this point. Now he's just like openly showing it.
Tart's just like, bitch, she's mine.
You guys act like she's so possessive. Jeez.
We traveled halfway across the world. For
Don't you point out my hypocrisy.
And you're going to travel the other half of the world to find an answer to a question you have.
Don't you put on the floor of my logic?
Well, if you let me know ahead of time, I could at least protect you somehow. Maybe it'll make it hurt a little less.
Adol just kind of like looks down. He goes, there's a lot of days I wish I didn't go to Ishgard. Because I was kept so cooped up and watched. I couldn't go and try to learn new things.
At this point, she takes his hand and squeezes it.
I went because I thought I'd run into dragons and be able to take what they had to get the breath weapons, to find out about wings and tails and their claws and their teeth and everything that was associated with that. And
She kind of looks down and is like, breath weapons. I actually learned I could do a breath weapon recently.
really, I just have the one. I can breathe water.
I can breathe fire, apparently.
He just kind of snickers a little. They're like, come on, let's go back to the rest of the group before we end up being missed.
That's okay, I'm small, I'm always missed.
No, we always miss you because you're so small.
Exactly, that's the
Point, he
joke I just made.
He just picks you up and puts you on his shoulder.
You okay? Just pets his hair. Thank you.
Hey, I should thank you.
It's okay, we can thank each other. That'll work.
So, everyone has gathered back at this point. Cam has come back. She's got like this, like a Roland Berry parfait that she's just like eating profusely and quickly. Like trying to hide from everybody else.
Chart roll perception to smell the rolling berries.
No. They're rolling berries.
I smell rolling berries.
So I get some provisions, mostly water, rations, rolling berries. I mean, also I listen around for rumors. I think you're very much interesting. Just some guy over at the Ledge Yard that's a bit of an odd dodo. I don't think it's relevant to anything, but you know, in case something leads us that way.
At that point, Art goes, "Yo, works, thinks fast." Throws like a package at you.
Do I need to roll reflex?
Sure, because you asked.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, the donut.
Are you able to pull my machine and see my reflexes?
Yeah, sure.
Because I know it got graded last.
7. 10. Works. You gotta you fumble it twice and you catch it, and it's the package itself is if you put both of your hands together, like middle finger to middle finger, pointing towards each other, it would go from your palm across your hand to the other palm.
Holy
Oh, wow.
shit.
At that point, he looks at Kato and goes, and he throws like this, like volleyball-sized package at him.
Just a second. Gotta pull up the sheet again.
Just look at it like Art. What did you get?
It was like, open it.
And it.
You open it, and it's just this big fudgy eclair.
Oh.
There it is.
For a second, I thought you were gonna roll a 1. Connor, you just like catch it and you're like, huh? And you immediately open it and it's just this giant sugary like blueberry muffin. Like the ones that are like the ones that have like all the sugar that is cracking on the top of it.
Just takes a giant bite out of it.
It's crumbly and perfectly cooked, and there's like little beads of caramel chips in the center of it. At that point, he just kind of looks around and goes, "Alright, so now that everybody's fed and had their sweets and sugar high today, works. Kato, you guys got news for us?"
Basically, we're just here to cull the numbers a bit.
So basically, do what we do best.
Yep. Cause a little mayhem.
You said there were spots that were pointed out.
He pulls out the map and kind of points out where they are at the moment, and then shows the 3 spots that were shown to him by Boonja.
Alright.
These are the main spots that he wants us to take a look at.
Were there any that had any particular frequency of attacks?
I think northern one was a particular concern, just because people keep going there despite being told not to.
Out of curiosity, is there one that's to the right?
Can you repeat that? You cut out a lot.
Sorry, my son's been like downloading some shit, so everything's been slow for me and buffering. Are there any of the locations on the path close to Mordona that we would be going and calling?
I think that would be the northern one, wouldn't it?
Hopkins is like only 6 miles outside of Camp Drybone. The rest are actually south.
So, if I remember correctly, Mordona is north of here, so probably this one up here.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we got the time, so we probably end up checking out all of them and doing what we can, so...
Yep.
Wait, Rowan, why are you interested in the one closest to Mordona?
There's a trader in here toward the Mordona. Mentioned it.
I guess one seems interesting. We should go check that first.
He says he doesn't have going in for the next 4 days, so I don't know if that's
We've got some time to do some culling.
Well, at the very
Always.
least... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say we can always pick the closest one and work our way around.
That's true.
So
Check
which
the
one would
closest
be
one.
closest?
What one would be the closest? Sorry.
Yeah. Ark?
Which one would be closest?
Yeah.
Hopkins.
Alright.
So the one to Mordona.
Yeah.
Well, the one that they're going to be taking is closest. Might as well check it out, and if we clear the way for them, then that's one trader that'll be able to get through. Easy enough. We'll have done a good deed.
In our typical fashion of
Shoot first, shoot later. Shoot. Was that trying to question?
I didn't catch most of that.
Then shoot first, shoot again. Was that trying to ask a question?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Just see Ark just hand on his face, like.
Right.
Anyway, so you guys are heading to Hopkins. As you start heading that way on the map, you all kind of trudge for about an hour through the savannah, taking it slow and relaxed for the time being. Eventually, you find yourselves kind of up on this raised plateau. Like, you're maybe 45 feet off the ground from where everything else is. And you can very easily see why it's called Hopkins Shield, because the way the thing is shaped, it actually looks like a shield popping out of the ground. It's bristling over with vegetations, and you see there's an actual natural oasis spring in the center of it. Otherwise, you're just noting a bunch of owl goats just kind of wandering about.
Well, time to take a look around, see what we can find.
Yep.
Not finding a thing.
Jed's like looking around, he's like, oh, that's a pretty owl goat.
Oh God.
Oh, our dice are not liking us. God
Oh
damn.
my god.
Good thing we're non-combat.
Roll perception works.
At least somebody's eyes aren't in their ass.
Nine
Well,
works.
I
think at this point, with the exception of Dak and Camilla, everyone else is like looking at somebody else's ass at the moment.
I'm
Kyle's probably staring at dates or. Oops.
He's imagining Boujas.
I'm probably looking at Rowan's. Yeah.
So, okay, everybody but Yedrin. As you're kind of looking around, you're seeing that there's like little reeds growing out of the oasis. The water looks clear, calm, rather pristine. Camilla is the only one who looks around and can see that there's tracks on the far end of the oasis with the patterning of it looking like there's clear signs of a former struggle has been here. There's also faint little burn marks on the ground, and what trees that there are kind of like sprouting out around the water, a few of them have little slash marks on them.
Cam's ears perk up, and she immediately dashes over after beckoning the others to follow.
You get clotheslined by Ark. It's like,
Hey, what was that about?
he just immediately he like hooks his arm around and like puts it around your neck and turns his head and whispers in your ear. He goes, moving like that alerts everything in the area.
No.
Be
I
onto
am not a
people.
pincushion.
Relax. If you're going to alert us about it, act like nothing's wrong. And I'll let you go.
Cam scowls and just walks over.
Okay. What is Cam going to be saying?
Okay, let's see here. Looks like there was a scuffle, bladed weapons, fire magic. She studies the tracks in more detail, in particular trying to see who all is gone out and which.
Well, we can rule out Hunt and Rowan.
Art just kind of looks at Kato, and he goes, I'm pretty sure if it was Hunt, there wouldn't be a tree.
Fair.
What's that? Toy.
If it was me, there wouldn't be any vegetation anywhere.
That is also fair.
Meanwhile, Ark is like walked over, and he's just like leaning over the oasis.
Yeah, this is very definitely not an Agents of Mayhem job, just an Amalja job.
Oh wait, we found something? Just like casually walks that direction because
Deck's gonna kind of calmly walk over and look over the tracks.
Camilla's like,
Say.
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus, Yedrin.
Meanwhile, Dak is like, okay, it seems like there was a long, drawn-out fight here between people in heavy armor, and Yedrin's like, there were approximately 4 people engaged in combat. 4 guards, and then 2 Amalja. I can tell by the imprint that one Amalja was severely overweight, as you can see by the deeper track put here. 3 of the guards happened to step in the same location at the same time, resulting in them tripping over one another, imprinting here, here, and here, at which point the Amalja team to strike. It appears the last one used some sort of frost magic, and he points, and you can see that there's a scoured point that's not burned. To beat back the Amalja when the fire magic came out, and then the Amalja beat a retreat.
Okay.
after saying that, just sort of stretches and yawns.
That's impressive. Like, okay, tries to figure out like which direction the Amalja went and which direction the guards might have went.
By the looks of the tracks, the guards, like after the Amalja beat their retreat, elected not to pursue. By your guess, it looks like they kind of refreshed themselves at the Oasis and returned to Camp Drybone.
Well, there's no corpses around, so that's always a plus.
Camilla, by the way, you take another look around and you're fairly certain that there's no ambush parties anywhere around. You also get the sensation that it's a little bit too far into the guards' territory. It doesn't seem like it would be really worth it to try to ambush this location.
Yeah, I can't imagine they would be trying to stage an ambush this close to Drybone, you know?
Yeah, I suppose.
Still, if we decide to follow, we should be wary.
Well, should we follow up on the Amalja?
Well, you won't give me a job.
Oh yeah, sure. Cam draws that one.
Okay.
Their numbers, so.
Ark, meanwhile, is kind of just quietly drinking water in the background. Yedrin, you also recognize the tracks are likely to be weeks old.
I'm not sure how good it would be to follow these.
Oh?
They're really old.
Oh.
You fresh around?
Guess I'm rusty on my tracks.
You and me both.
Oh, Jack looks up at the sky a bit. One for the fact that I am afraid I might get shot by an arrow if anyone was nearby, I'd go up and get a better look. I mean, we could wander around a little bit more, but I don't know what else we're gonna find.
Ark kind of washing his hands and he goes, nothing but what I'm looking at.
Well, I guess we could move on to the next area. Just keep an eye out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a good plan. As good as any.
And if I had to take any guess to that happened here, it was probably like just a scouting party ran into some guards and then scuffle. As you said, ambushes this close would be stupid.
Could have been a couple of headstrong youths trying to prove themselves.
Maybe.
Also a possibility.
You mean like us?
Art chimes in. He's like, I think that's probably more correct than you think, Dak. He stands up and looks over at Yedrin and kind of points out in the distance. However, I think what it really was is more along the lines of he points way out. You can see the trail kind of leading up closer toward the burning wall.
Hmm.
I think some Amalja came by here to try to jump whatever guards were on duty to distract from something else happening on the trail. That's what I would do.
Hmm.
So if this is a distraction, where do you think the real thing is?
Honestly, I would have to guess that if you've got Amalja coming up here and keeping the guards that are stationed from being able to properly monitor the roads, that leaves the trade carts completely vulnerable. So, I couldn't say otherwise.
This was weeks ago, though. We could have already moved on.
Art just nods. It's not doing us a whole lot of good spinning our wheels.
No, of course not.
Yeah, let's move up the road, see what we can find.
Mm-hmm. Dax just moves along.
So you're moving up the road or you're heading to the second point?
Might as well go to the second point at this point. Sorry.
Nope. Can everybody see?
Yeah, I can see.
I mean, aside from Works.
Yeah, I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What am I not seeing?
Change map.
We're on a path.
This I can ask, guys. I'm not sure if I'm reading this right. Are we in a ravine on top of like a hill?
You would be in
Let's take
a,
one.
you'd be in a ravine, but you can. I'm gonna say that you can move around and position yourself how you would like. As you come up towards the Sidewinder, you see that there's high walls on either side that would make for like an excellent location to just overlook the path with relative ease. The entrance is sizable and it's kind of sloped upward so that it's harder to climb out than it is to go up. And I'm giving everybody control of their tokens, I'm sorry. I don't know why it just doesn't do that immediately. So, as you all are kind of looking this over, You can see that you have the choice of going straight into the ravine or walking up over the sides of it.
Dak, with the fact that she knows that she can fly if needed, opts to walk up on the ridge.
How wide is the ridge?
The ridges are actually far wider than the ravines themselves. On both sides of the ravine, you're talking like there's probably hundreds of feet that you could walk.
Okay.
But it's very rough terrain. Like there's knots and gravel and all this other stuff that you wouldn't want to be putting a chocobo cart through. The ravine itself is kind of smoothed over and almost road-like.
I'd rather not. I'd rather all of us. If they ambush us here, as honest, this is what I do.
Ambush is a boy, so
We've survived far worse.
Well, I figure I can at least get a better view up here.
Alright.
I can fly if needed. I can come down.
And Doll's like, well, if Dak's going that way, I'm going with her.
Alright, we can just make sure you let us know. Seems
Come on, pole.
Ark, meanwhile, looks at the rest of the group. Is anybody going on the other side?
I'll go on the other side.
Well, by the way, the rocks are supposed to be like the ledge leading down.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just didn't read the map right.
Yeah, maybe I stick myself if I'm like taking the other side.
Wherever you'd
You're-
like.
Yeah. Now to set up my tokens.
Ark just goes, alright, well, I'll go with her and make sure she keeps herself out of trouble.
I guess it's up to us to walk the path.
yep.
Anyway, that's a good place to call it for tonight. I've gotta be up for work, as always, and yeah, I would kind of like to have Works able to control his
Yeah.
token.